Hello and welcome back to the Innsmouth Case with me, Bardon. Right, we're in the alleys. Let's see where this leads us. The town centre is dilapidated and seems to be completely dead. None of the footpaths are maintained and weeds have worked their way into every crevice. You notice carelessly dumped fast food packages, beer bottles and other trash. Some of the narrow side streets between the houses are so crammed with bulky trash that you wouldn't be able to walk along them. Many of the houses are in poor state of repair, cracked windows, loose wooden boards hanging off the walls and doors nailed shut. It is impossible to tell in which colour the houses were originally painted. You are struck by a bad stench several times, the cause of which you would rather not investigate. As you keep walking, you get to a kind of shopping street with a number of small shops. Half of them seem to be abandoned. The first shop on the corner is a snack bar. Its name, Joe's Pizza and Burger, is printed in big letters on individual sheets of paper. Right next to it there is a shop for fishing gear, then a hairdresser just a few doors down. In that shop window you can see faded photos of the trendiest haircuts that the 1970s had to offer. Behind the hairdresser you can make out a kiosk selling sweets and magazines, and also a liquor store wedged in between two empty buildings. Opposite you find the shop, whose name seems to be Zan. Judging by the window, it's a music store. At the other end of the street there is a building with the inscription Arkham Akkads. Okay. The letters are made from neon tubes, but some appear to have burnt out and have never been replaced. Maybe some of the shopkeepers will be able to tell you more about your client. Okay. Oh, so that's Arkham Arcades, I guess is what this is supposed to be, right? Okay. Well, let's move on. Let's see what we got. You need to decide which shop to enter. Well, let's do them in order. So let's go with Joe's Pizza and Burger. When you enter the snack bar, you are struck by the unappetizing smell of fat. Behind the counter is a gaunt teenager who looks like he's bored out of his mind. A name tag identifies him as Chud. Chud is wearing a stained white apron, splashed with fat and other substances. His face is haunted by the most gruesome acne you've ever seen. He turns to you and stares at a spot somewhere on the wall behind you. After a few moments of annoyed silence, Chuck asks, "What do you want to order?" Well, I'm gonna have a drink of tea, so some tea first, please. Then I shall peruse the menu. The menu is pathetic. Only pizza and margarita, pizza with seafood, fish burger, cheeseburger, and freedom fries are on offer. There is only lemonade to drink. An attached note informs you can now also order vegetarian burger and vegetarian cheeseburger. Chud's gaze changes from bored to annoyed. So see, even in Innsmouth, they have a dislike for the French, apparently, calling them freedom fries. Are you going to order anything or not? Let's order a cheeseburger. You order a cheeseburger with French fries and a lemonade. They're called freedom fries now, Chud tells you. We no longer call them French fries because the French didn't want to go to war when the terrorists bombed the World Trade Center. He turns to the grill and starts processing your order. Man, I wish you could join the army and shoot with a gun. He seems to be talking to the barbecue rather than you. The Iraq War kind of ended a while ago. Really? Chud seems mildly surprised. We've won, haven't we? Must be. Otherwise we would be all speaking foreign. I must have missed that. It's good that we showed those guys that we don't let them get away with doing whatever they want to do to us and stuff. I'd have loved to have been there, but Dad says I shouldn't worry about the army and stuff. Dad says it's none of our business over here. He flips some indefinable lumps of meat over the grill. But pow 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 shooting around. That would be amazing. It's not the same as playing the shooter in the arcades. Chud seems to be talking primarily to himself. You sit down at the counter. It's interesting that he's kind of as well informed as a lot of Americans are, even though he's in this secluded town. He knows just about as much as they do about other countries. Right, well, let's keep going anyway. That'll be $4. He serves you your can of soda and your food. On it is the saddest burger you've ever seen. Just a lump of mysterious meat and a layer of sliced cheese. No sauce, no salad, nothing. Against your better judgment, you begin to eat it. First the fries. You hadn't thought it was possible to make disgusting fries. Now you know better. They just taste of fat and salt. After only a short time in the fryer, they're still completely cold and sort of floppy. In your mouth, they feel like white yellow maggots squirming on your tongue. Delicious. Skeptically, you bite into the burger. It's a fish patty. After 2 bites, you put the burger aside. You try to flush down the taste with the lemonade, but the drink is warm and stale. You decide to take away the rest of your food for later consumption, or maybe the toxicology department will want to know details about what exactly it was that made you visit the emergency room that day. After a few moments of annoying silence, Chuck asks, "Anything else?" Yeah, missing girl. Do school kids ever come by here? Chud is obviously not interested in the conversation. That's really a strange question. Do you know this girl? You're holding the photo of Tabitha up to Chud. She's gone missing, and I'm looking for her. He looks at the picture with indifference. Are you going to order anything or not? Let's try bribing with a tip. Alright, you pull out a $20 bill out of your wallet and wave it around. As for your tip, you show him the photo again. Maybe you can add a little more service. Chud finally shows some motivation, but his eyes are more on the bill than on the photo. Let's see it again. At that age, maybe they know her in the arcades. That's where the kids are mostly these days. You put the bill on the counter. You leave Joe's pizza and burger. How come they spell pizza right on their sign but not in their menu? I suppose maybe him or his father wrote the menu and somebody else wrote the sign. Possibly. Your stomach signals to you that your actions will have consequences. You need to decide which shop to enter. We're going to go for the barbershop next. As you approach the barbershop, you first wonder if it is permanently closed. What you initially thought was a reflection of light is actually dirt. Are there no hygiene inspectors in this town? You hesitate about whether or not to enter. Let's enter. The chime of the doorbell is the only greeting as you step through the door. The shop seems abandoned, and a thick layer of dust has settled on the chairs and the upright hair dryers. A lime pattern adorns the wash basins and floor. Looks like some water damage that no one cared about enough to sort out. Just as you begin to wonder why this store was open at all, you hear it, a peaceful snore. It seems to come from behind the counter. Let's look behind the counter. Careful not to lean on the dusty counter, you try to make out the source of the snoring. In a rather uncomfortable, twisted position, a man in his 60s is lying on the ground with his head propped up on a shelf. Has he fallen off his chair? Has he injured himself? The man opens his eyes and you quickly dart back, but you're sure that he's spotted you already. A hand slams on the counter, and soon the gentleman attached to the hand gets up, with the embarrassment of a gentleman who has fallen asleep during a gala dinner. The shopkeeper adjusts his glasses and hair. He stares at you in disbelief. What do you want? Looking for a missing girl, actually. You're actually not that interested in what's happening here, so you get straight to the point. You get out the Polaroid. I'm looking for a missing girl, Tabitha Marsh. The man glances at the picture, then at you. His right eye starts twitching uncontrollably and he hisses at you. What do you want from me? Maybe this isn't a good time. Let's get a haircut. Well, why do people go to the barber? You say carefully. The barber gasps for air and lifts himself a few more inches. Do you want me to cut your hair? The guy is a bit too excited for your taste, but he seems to have found some sense of purpose. Of course. Of course. Goodness, if only you hadn't entered the store. The barber claps his hands and hurries over to the sink to prepare it for the hair wash. You take off your hat and run your hands through your long flowing hair over your bald head. That would be me. I'm gone bald in the center, down the middle of my hair, but then because it's lockdown now, I've got like really I was gonna say long, but my hair goes very curly, and it's kind of curls that don't like flow. They're the kind of ones that kink up and stay close to the head. So, but if we stretched out, my hair is very long because of lockdown. Yeah, so I don't know which one I would be in that. But for this guy, we're going to go through your long flowing hair. You take a seat in the chair in front of the not quite so clean sink. Mr. Baldwin puts a cloth over your shoulder. You lean your head back into the sink, and after some height adjustments, you even manage to get into a relaxing position. You feel a stream of water, warm water, on your scalp, and hear a slight humming from the tap. Your hair is very well groomed. What would you like me to do today? A perm. We don't want a perm or a clean shaved head. Just trim the tips, please. It's too late to turn around now. You try to make the best of it. Just a trim, please. Very well. After the shampoo treatment, you can feel the conditioner being massaged into your scalp. It feels good. You're beginning to enjoy this. After your hair is completely clean, Mr. Baldwin rubs it dry with a towel and asks you to sit on one of the chairs in front of the mirror. The old barber sits down on a swivel chair and puts an old-fashioned fabric protector over your shoulders. He starts brushing your hair. Let's try small talk first. Maybe a little small talk will loosen the guy up. And, what else have you done today besides sleep on the floor? Your head is moved forward with a jerky movement. You can't tell whether this was intentional or not. Please, let me focus. With firm pressure, he tilts your head slightly. Lightly. The barber probably has other worries than responding to your half-hearted, rather offensive attempts at conversation. Nearly done. The barber solemnly sorts out a few last strands of hair. With a content smile, he opens a small mirror to the back of your head. In front of you in the large mirror, you admire your well-groomed hairstyle. Make a fuss, so is the white pain. What a dick would it be if you did that. Let's admire his work. You crane your head back and forth to admire yourself in the mirror. Wonderful, skillful, perfect. Oh, you, the hairdresser interrupts you. You know, you don't think much of strangers here in Innsmouth, but you're one of the finest people I've ever met. His hand lightly squeezes your shoulder, and then he removes the fabric protector so you can stand up. You take another look at yourself, then you put your hat back on. Mr. Baldwin is already standing behind his counter, typing in his old register. The sounds of the keys ring like music through the old dusty shop. You can briefly picture what life must have been like here when business was still flourishing. That'll be $25. Mr. Baldwin hands you the receipt with a polite smile. Your eyes start to water slightly as you count the loose bills in your pocket. The old man thanks you and puts your money into the undoubtedly empty till. His hand strokes the counter, then ponders the dust on his fingers. I really should clean up sometime. He wipes off the dust on the edge of the counter, and as a goodbye smiles at you apologetically. Time to move on. The chime of the doorbell bids you farewell. Okay, and it's time for us to move on as well, so we're going to leave that one there. I hope you have enjoyed, hope you're keeping safe out there, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button there on the right, or checking out some other videos here on the left, or perhaps you might even share with some friends.